Welcome, my loves. Today I'm going to share with you something what happened to me yesterday. Yesterday, it was my brother-in-law birthday, and I was like deeply cold. It just came to me. I want to create something meaningful, not just the usual, happy birthday, not the usual thing. I thought I create a little video by using CapCut. I asked my husband to give me some photos of him, and I had some photos. I took some photos from Facebook, and then I'm making that video. And then it was very beautiful, like a real flow. It was easy. I enjoyed it. And then I was thinking what music I like to put as a background, like almost like the whole creation was really on with me. And I really, really enjoyed it. And what happened? When I had that little movie created, I had the images of him from very young age. I know him approximately from 17, when he was 17 years old, probably 17, 18, which, I know him for most of my life. Even we were living apart. And, it's almost like those part of the movies, the memories I had about him. And I use one of the songs that I really connect with him, his life and all of that, which in saying this, it was purely creation. It was just not a do thing that I just have to click off and because that's his birthday today. No, it was a pure creation, and it was great. And what happened, and wait for this, what happened when I was just listening to that, watching that little video with that music in the background, I could not hold, my tears were just like, start running from my face, through my face. And I could not pretend I don't feel it. I start feeling everything. And I start feeling so much of it that even I ask myself, what is going on with me? I ask myself, what is it? And the answer I got, it was incredible, because that memory of the true him, the authentic self that I remember him as a, young teenager, was just this gorgeous spark, like person who didn't care. It was just like doing things he wanted. He just felt. He was always very kind, but doing things from his heart. Even people would criticize him. He was still having his style, and incredibly talented, incredibly creative. And this is what I remember about him, and seeing the changes, and I don't want to say physical changes. It's not about this, because the way he looks now, obviously he's much, much more older. He doesn't have long hair. He's actually quite bald. But it wasn't about this. I start feeling that spark, that presence of his truth, authentic self was still with him till now. I could see when I create that video that the thing that I remembered that brought the tears in me, it is still with him. It is absolutely with him. And the moment when my heart, even my heart could not shut, could not be shamed in a moment. I was just enjoying that softness of my heart in a moment and connect with his truth. And I really enjoyed that, because I could really recognize the beauty of the true creation, of the truth self that never changed, that never left. It was just gently covered by, from both ways, from his side, from my side, or from our side as a family, through just everyday life, some thoughts, some disputes, some loss of connection, just part of us growing. We all were creating different identities, and the identities not often were in beautiful connection, sometimes totally opposite. But what I want to point that even he looks so different, even he is a different person that he was 40 years ago. it is the same spark. And in that moment, my true self, my openness of my heart, directly connected with his. What I like to say, that even the time passed, even things happen to us, even things are happening to us all the time, we never really lose who we truly are. We just losing the sight of it. Because that beauty, that truth, I feel like I can cry now, but that thing that would never leave is always there. And I got even emotional more because I realized that actually that's what I'm teaching. I'm teaching about all the layers of those identities that just simply wants to survive, because in a moment they believe they're little, they're unable of receiving something, they're not lovable enough, they don't belong to do those things. And we're creating those layers of the fake, actually fake. For us, it sounds like real, but it is not real identities. They just almost like the armor outfit to protect us from the truth of who we really are. And this is what I want to share with you, and see where you might be, experiencing something, in your life, and really the truth that you think, the truth that you're believing it actually is very much underneath all the layers. And through the work I did on myself, I could purely see it. And how I receive him now, and there has nothing to do how he receives me, how I receive him as just the softness. I could never, even if I have a thought, because I was even thinking about, if I have a thought about some past, about something, even if you would say something, I'm not even going there. I just see the beauty. And that's my hope, that one day we're all going to be like that. We will understand the truth of who we truly are. Those things that I'll try to transmit, speak to in YouTube, the way I can express myself. One day, hopefully, there won't be need for that, because we're going to have such a high awareness of our truth, of our true self, and we'll be able to see through the illusion of those different masks and identities. Lots of love, beautiful, and yes, and I'm super excited, because I want you to just see where you seeing someone, like whoever is your husband, your partner, business, anywhere. It is really not, because the truth is under the layers, and is only to do with you, how you've been perceiving that reality and creating meaning around. Lots of love. See you next time. Bye for now.